Hello, subscribers. Hello, happy learners. Welcome to the sixth lecture series of my history course, that is the Revolt of 1857, a very important chapter of class 10, which is very important from the board's point of view also. Please, I hope you would have gone through my previous shorts and videos. That will give you a very nice insight of actually what we are doing and how these lecture series are moving forward. So, coming to the result and consequences of the revolt of 1857. So, if we start with the first consequence, that is the end of company's rule. So, it was quite obvious that East India Company, trading company, was not able to manage the situation properly. Hence, Britishers had to face the revolt of 1857. Now, though we all know that the revolt was failure from our side, and it was and Britishers were winners in this revolt, but still the consequences were such that Britishers were really shocked that how a country which was under them, in front of them, they revolted, they rebelled, and how it had wide range of repercussions not only in India but in their home country also. So this led to quite a few results or changes in the British rule also. So end of company's rule. So with this war, with this revolt, the company's rule officially ended. And what happened? There were changes introduced in the administrative setup. What kind of changes? Changes such as that Act of 1858 transferred the government of India from the company to the crown. So now it wasn't an East India Company which was taking care of India, but it was the crown, the queen herself. Okay, the second consequence was that the company's board of control and the court of directors were abolished. All the powers were transferred to a cabinet minister known as the Secretary of State for India. Okay, then the Secretary of State was to be assisted by a council. Now this council consisted of 15 members. Most of them, it was seen that they had resided for at least 10 years in India. Okay, so that they can give a very nice, they had a very nice experience about India and they can help out the Secretary of State. Next, that the civil service exams competition was now open, and under it the rules were made by the Secretary of State. Okay, the Governor General received an additional title of Viceroy now. So he was Governor General come Viceroy. Then the policy towards the Indian princes and chiefs. So the Queen declared in her proclamation announcement that the government would not annex any more Indian state. So Queen was also baffled that the Indians are becoming so rebellious because their states are being annexed on some terms. Sometimes those terms are wise, sometimes they aren't. Okay, so what happened? All the annexation policies were cancelled. All the treaties that the prince had concluded with the company Queen said that it would be honored and the right of adoption will be recognized. Okay, so under this clause of policy towards the Indian rulers, we shall also understand that how office of Peshwa was abolished and rule of Peshwa officially ended with this revolt. So this is a very important consequence that you need to understand. Okay, also Bahadur Shah Zafar was deported to Rangoon, and with this officially brought an end to the Mughal Empire. So this is also a very important thing that happened. Now why I'm telling it is very important, because in board exams often it is asked that what happened to the Peshwas and the Mughals after this revolt. So here is your answer, which I just discussed. Then again, now army was reorganized. So it was no longer more of Indians and less of Britishers in the army. It was, if not equal, then it was like 1/3 of at least Britishers were there in the army. The artilleries and the most effective weapons were only reserved for the British officials and not for Indian troops. Indians were mixed up, irrespective of their caste. They were mixed up so that this feeling of unity will not arise amongst them. They were not allowed to read the newspaper so that that feeling of nationalism shouldn't arise in them. Queen made some solemn promises, like she will not interfere in the religious beliefs, because she has seen that how interfering in the sati issue and all that, because of that the Orthodox Indians were very angry. So she wanted to bring them at peace, and so she recognized that now no longer she'll make any change which will hurt the religious or the culture of Indians. the queen also promised equal treatment to all her subjects and give equal and official pardon to Indian, except those who were guilty of doing murder of British officials. She promised that henceforth she will also look towards India's material and moral advancement and not just see India as one of her colony and in terms of profit. Now, due to Queen's promise, what happened? Conservative elements gained ground in India. So now no longer changes were entertained. The evils of Indian society remain as it is. So the pace that we had taken in terms of growth, in terms of removal of social evils, had all stopped. Okay, so this led to social progress slowed down and conservative elements gained ground. Okay, the next is that policy of divide and rule. Now both Hindus and Muslims had combined against the hated foreigners, that is the Britishers. So the Britishers viewed this development with alarm, okay, with a sense of alarm. Therefore they tried to create misunderstanding between the Hindus and the Muslims, so that they can be divided, and later on no such revolt can again ever take place. Okay, and the eighth one is economic exploitation. So the number of Englishmen increased in India. First it was one trading company, now the entire it was under the crown. So number of Englishmen officials increased in India. So whatever salaries, whatever the maintenance costs were there, everything was taken by Indian like the country. So what happened? Our treasury was draining slowly and slowly. So all the expenses were on our Indian treasury, and also there was rapid rise in the indebtedness of Indian peasants because of coming up of India under the crown. Okay, now the last consequence is the war became a symbol of challenge, okay, to the mighty British power in India. So it inspired a lot many Indians that though they have failed this time, but there's always a next time, and next time, with all the loopholes, with all the flaws that they had committed previously, they will not do so, and definitely then they'll get freedom. Okay, so I hope these consequences are very clear to you. Please go through them again and again. If any questions, any query, any doubt, anything, please do comment. If anything else, children, you want me to discuss from this chapter, because more or less it is complete, just the nature of the revolt and has to be discussed, and so that I will do in the next lecture series. So please be free to comment and to ask questions to me so that I can come up with more helpful videos. Okay, till then, goodbye, take care, do subscribe and like my channel. Okay, so this is Take Care from Kritika's Vision.